Saludos a todo el mundo, soy Danska y os doy la bienvenida al episodio número 32 de Starfield. Vamos a patear el culo a esos putos estelares. Nos han reventado la logia.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
¿Es en este mismo sitio? Sí. Porque tengo recompensa en las Colinas Unidas. A lo mejor disparé sin querer a alguien en el tiroteo. No sé, ese guardia no me ha parado, así que...
Yes, exactly. It's like...
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh, well, what's on both your minds? Oh, yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Bueno, que el Papa sabe algo, como en la vida real.
They're really good.
Gepeto ha empezado. No he leído el resto. Gepeto ha empezado a hacer muñecos o algo así, ¿te imaginas? Gepeto ha adoptado un niño llamado Pinocho. ¿Te imaginas? No he leído entero, qué pena. A ver, ¿me dejáis entrar? ¿Vais a entrar todos antes que yo y a mí no me dejáis? Qué mala educación. Joder, con la iglesia, mira, como la cristiana. ¿Eh? Todo el oro. Madre mía.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
We've lost people, Keeper.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And these Starborn, I take it they're different from the people of the settled systems? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here. And I think I can help. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more. In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave. I agree. I think you need to talk to them about this unity pilgrim. And clearly, not just in a theological sense, as I have. Oh yes, typically. But there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking
bueno,
UC
vale.
ships. I've visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well. And if you need directions to the Enlightened, they have a branch in the Well helping the poorest citizens of New Atlantis find a better life for themselves.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind
Sí. Lo que tú quieras.
asking him a few more questions.
Dame un segundo que me pongo el traje de operaciones. A ver si tengo algo para lo que me pasa. Pues se pone interesante esto, ¿eh? Lo del cazador me mola un montón. Me ha recordado un poquito a la expansión del XCOM 2. La de los elegidos. Tengo ganas de volver a jugar al XCOM 2 y grabarlo, ¿eh? Muchas ganas. Lo que no tengo es tiempo para tantos juegos. Porque ahora, la segunda temporada del Diablo 4 la jugaré un poquito, aunque no espero gran cosa, porque dijeron que hasta la temporada 3 y 4 no iban a poder aplicar muchos cambios, porque ya lo tenían prácticamente todo hecho. También está la expansión de New World, que de hecho me lo he vuelto a descargar y estoy subiendo un poquito de nivel. Y demás, preparándome. Porque al final nunca llego al máximo, ni intento sacar equipo ni nada. Y sale el Cyberpunk. Madre mía, cuántas cositas.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the well. A lot. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, Oh, you're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
We don't mean to be intrusive. Any information you could provide would be very useful.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing. A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that. It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us. Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again. Besides what the Keeper would say about it, sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning. Always happy to help.
Bueno,
What do you think I should wear? I'm thinking something classy, but understated.
no lo entiendo muy bien, la verdad. A ver si con la otra me entiendo un poquito mejor.
Sarah, good to see you.
A visitor? I have all the company I need. He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
Perhaps you should hear us out before you decide to cast judgment.
The great serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more.
¿Eso es como el
No
Ragnarok
less.
futurista o qué?
Anything you could tell us would be tremendously helpful.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the great serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the great serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy and delivers the killing blow. That is all. I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the great serpent can. Then we are done.
Pues Rich, menos mal que tú lo has entendido, porque yo no.
You're out there a lot, right?
Las cosas como son. Yo no lo he entendido. ¿A que no, Lua? La gata me está mirando en plan. Me
I
tienes
have
que echar de
something
comer.
I need to discuss with
No me voy a mover de aquí hasta que me den de comer. La conozco.
SSNN.
A ver si este hombre me da un poquito más de luz sobre el tema, porque madre mía. Lua, no te subas ahí. No. ¿Qué más tiene la comida? Que no la guardo esta mañana. Hasta luego, Sara, ¿eh?
Oh, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought? Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn? If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there
¿Verdad?
anything else? Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name
Las
of the
coordenadas
system?
no apuntan al sistema.
Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel. Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120.
Ah, vale, es las
That's where
coordenadas
you'll
del
find-
planeta.
And from there, maybe you'll find... Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying... I know you're looking for a specific unity. And once you know, what will you do? Even the most objective scientist holds the belief that observation itself will be of
Destruirla.
benefit to humanity.
Venderla al
You will
mejor,
be
al que más
taking a
pague.
sim- So you're committed to keeping yourself from seeing unity as anything other than a rational objective, a goal you're bound to reach.
We're following standard scientific-based protocols. Constellation's been doing it for decades, and the results speak for themselves.
Well, I won't keep you any longer.
When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Ahora no, Sara, hay cosas más importantes.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
No. Bueno, espérate, vamos a ver quién es. Ah, cazarrecompensas. Un segundo, caballero. Déjame voy a organizar un poquito esto. ¿Vale? ¿Lo damos? Unas cuantas, gente. Lo bueno es que hay bastantes asteroides y los puedo utilizar de cobertura. Mira, lo que me hacía falta, ¿no? Creo. Pues ni tan mal, gente. Ni tan mal. Descanso del peregrino. Tengo la sensación, gente, que debemos de llevar un poquito más de la mitad de la historia. O la mitad. Yo creo que la mitad debió de ser cuando aparecieron los estelares por primera vez. O sea, llevaremos una misión o dos más después de eso.
Psych, we should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
Me encuentro pensando en sus diversos pasados y en mis posibles futuros. Me imagino... Bueno, voy a pillarlo, gente. Porque es el 5. Imagino que mejor mirar uno. La crédula sencillez de los humanos mundanos nunca deja de asombrarme. Mis peores instintos, el espíritu maligno, me atraen hacia una forma de desprecio por ellos, pero recuerdo que estoy al tanto de lo que no son. No puedo ni debo juzgarlos por falta de visión, cuando conozco muy bien las vendas que oscurecen su vista. Después de todo, yo también las llevaba. Espero que algún día lleguen a comprenderlo, pero también deseo que me dejen en paz. ¿Puede ser que el peregrino fuera un humano que ascendió a estelar o algo así? Mierda. LOL. Gato, no tires eso, cabrón. ¿Qué es la unidad? Yo... Hay un trozo final de mí mismo. Yo encontré mi propia respuesta hace mucho, pero no de la forma que yo esperaba. Espero que tu viaje te lleve hacia la verdad. Y yo la cierro. Ole, Daniel. No sé cuál es la respuesta correcta, pero puede que nunca lo sepa. Sin embargo, cada vez me siento más cómodo sin saberlo. Cuanto más reflexiono sobre estar aquí, en este mundo, en este momento, más creo que es precisamente donde debo estar. Esta vez será diferente. No se tratará de mí, así que no tendré que huir. De hecho, puedo crear algo con intención en lugar de luchar para arreglar algo que otros han creado en mi nombre. Puede ser algo beneficioso, puede ser algo beneficioso. Estoy dejando atrás a esa otra persona. En este mundo no hay un lugar para él. Déjale morir. Déjame vivir para iluminar el bendito universo que hay ante mí. Has encontrado el final de mi viaje, pero para saberlo todo debes encontrar su comienzo. En Isla Segundo, la isla esconde al escorpión. Y el aguijón de este esconde la verdad. ¿Nani? ¿Qué escorpión? ¿Qué me estás contando?
I have things for you.
Luego lo descubriremos cuando estemos aquí. La cola del escorpión esconde la verdad. Creo que los escorpiones no sean un tipo de criatura que hay en este planeta, si no me puedo morir mirando la cola de todos los escorpiones.
There's something I need to talk to you about.
No tiene cola de escorpión, menos mal. ¿No habéis dado con las narices? Nah, creo que no. ¿What? Vale, estos no son escorpiones. Y esto... ¿podemos suponer que esto es un escorpión y esto es la cola? ¿Se le ha dado 3 veces a ese? ¿Qué cojones? Eso, como una constelación, supongo. Y ahora me ha dado la ubicación de... bueno, la última luna, ¿no? La última estrella de Escorpio. No sé, yo pulso 3 veces ahí para ver si pasaba algo, gente.
I picked up
No,
something you might be interested in.
no entiendo nada. Esos son... sí.
You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go. I yield, Constellation. You should come aboard. There's another starborn here who is very interested in meeting you.
I can speak for myself. Constellation ship, you weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want. Good. See? We can all get along. For now.
Sí, sí, pero llevo la pistola. Tiene poquísimos escudos la nave. A ver si a partir de este momento me dejan subir a las naves de esta gente. Y cuando aterriza una para ir a porque vienen a cazarme, no me dejan subir. Pone inaccesible. Y la puerta es curiosa, la puerta es como si fuera un montón de estrellas. Como si fuera un universo, el cielo estrellado. Vale, tenemos un puntito más. Esto no lo tenemos, así que vamos a ponernos otro en esto, por ejemplo. Y ya en el siguiente nivel sí que podemos ponernos a esto, que es lo que yo quiero.
Hello. Again.
¿Te imaginas que
Do you
debajo son
remember the
calaveras?
emissary, perhaps?
Como
And their
los no
ship,
muertos
the
de
Helix?
Divinity.
I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
I don't think your patient counselor act is working on them.
We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We're all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
¡Hala, gato! Lleva más pulsado lo de la lupa. No sé si se habrá visto mal en, en el vídeo. Me ha puesto lo de la lupa de Windows.
Yes. Let's talk about what really matters.
The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
Not a relatively expendable Dusty anymore, are you? Look at where you've ended up. I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
Ah, esto explica el nuevo juego Plus, New Game Plus. Claro, porque vas a otro universo. Claro, claro, claro. Tiene sentido. Hostia, qué bien metido, ¿eh?
They are all connected. And that's the problem. All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should
¿Tú quién
enter
eres,
heaven.
No serás yo.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity
is within your grasp.
¿Quién es este? ¿Me lo he encontrado yo? Ah, el custodio.
It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going. You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
¿Qué haría Root in the Shell? Exploraría para todos los universos. Es una exploradora nata.
I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine or the Hunters?
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules.
A ver.
You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence.
It's good to see you again, old friend.
Es que en realidad es simplemente cuando llegue el momento veré si lo utilizo o no lo utilizo. Si hago el nuevo juego plus y ya está. Es que no me hace falta que me digan nada más, yo creo.
Sure you have more questions. It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn.
¿Veis? Es el nuevo juego plus.
Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion.
Es que no me hace falta saber nada más, la verdad. Hasta luego.
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must hear. And I am sorry we have not all. I hope you will see what... You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. Part of me wonders what they will all say.
Vale. Pues se pone interesante la cosa, gente. Sí, señor. Vale, lo voy a dejar por aquí. Espero que os haya gustado, como siempre. Si es así, darle like al vídeo, suscribiros al canal y dejar comentarios, que eso siempre ayuda un montón. Y nada, gente, nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo, que los gatos están pesados porque les tengo que poner la cena. Así que nada, hasta luego.